Docks. Once again, this seems to be the bane of my existence as a filmmaker, going through Satechi, which I really did not like, then using the call Digit Soho dock for roughly 2 years until it decided to stop collaborating with my MacBook to, well, now this one right here. Quite a brick of a dock that is bigger than anything I used before. More connections, more ports to plug in, more features that I don't use, and also more space taken away from me on my desk. So, does size actually matter when it comes to filmmaking? In terms of cameras and impressing your clients? Probably yes. But in terms of docks, after using it every day for 2 months? I'm not so sure. But let's begin where all good stories that have a dock in it begin. Yeah, the setup and how I used it in my daily routine. First, power usage. Holy moly, and before we begin I'm going to drop the name once so that I don't have to repeat it 7 billion times while talking about it. This beast of a dock is called the Ivanky Fusiondock Pro 1 Plus. It comes with its own power brick. Yeah, you heard that right, it has a 180 watt power brick, which is actually really wild to me. It is designed specifically for use with a MacBook. I did, and it works as advertised. Now, well, I don't. Right now it's the connection link between keeping my desk clean and still having everything I need attached to my new M4 Mac Mini. Yes, the M4 has 5 USB-C ports, which in theory should be enough, but since I'm filming 95% of my videos with a Red Komodo in 6K, you could see why I need multiple connections with fast transfer speeds. That's actually where this dock comes in. Second, ports and connections. We have of course power delivery for charging your devices as well as your MacBook if actually you need to. But also smaller things such as your phone can be charged with 20 watts. Next to it we have a 10 gigabit USB-C port, which right now is free until something arrives later this week. Then we have a braided USB-C cable plugged in all the time for use with external SSD that I sometimes get from external clients with footage that actually needs to be edited. Then we have 2 USB 3.0 10 gigabit ports, a SD card reader perfect for content creators with SD cards, and a small TF card reader as well as the headphone jack. Quite interesting, but I've never used it before. Then I also attached my CFast 2.0 card reader to the back of the dock, which allows me to directly work off the cards without copying 600 gigabytes per video over to an SSD or an hard drive. And then we have 3 HDMI ports on the back. In my previous setup I used 2 of them with the MacBook Pro, which was great for adding 2 monitors into my setup. You can actually add up to 3 into your setup, but you need to install a display link driver from Ivanky first. But since I switched to a more simple, bigger 1 monitor setup, I connect the monitor directly over USB-C. Part 3, speed and ease of use. Yes, I know there are other docks out there with Thunderbolt 4 ports, but these cost you upwards of, let's say, 400 euros, and I don't think these should be a realistic goal for non-professional users. But wait, you may think, is 10 gigabits fast enough for regular content creators? Yeah, it's plenty fast, especially if you have to constantly move files from one drive to another or backing up your files. And I'm pretty sure you are enjoying having more time creating and not waiting on files actually being transferred. At least that's what I do. Overall, in terms of speed and connectivity, I'm very happy. I can work directly from an SSD plugged into it or from my cards. The transfer speeds are good enough for me to not wait endlessly, but let's actually be realistic, Thunderbolt 4 at least 1 or 2 ports would have been the cherry on top, such as in the Max variant of the stock. Part 4, small details are actually good details. Let's quickly go over a couple of things that I noticed over the last 2 months of usage. As for the main USB-C cable, it is detachable, which is great, and which actually is a thing I hated on one of my first docks that I bought a few years ago. If the cable breaks, in this case, just get a new one. It's a simple solution to quite a big problem. Color-wise, I like how the dark black color fades into the background of my setup, making it unintrusive even though it's, well, quite the brick. In terms of warmth, it gets warm when using it for a full day of transfer and working off of it. But I never had it getting hot or burning temperatures or whatever, so this is also good. Now, did I notice anything negative? I would say no for a regular user. I think this dock is pretty much the ultimate solution when it comes to connecting everything to your Mac. But right now, I'm actually rebuilding my complete work setup and something new arrived, which means I probably also need faster connection speeds like Thunderbolt 4. So I guess this is where this bad boy here comes in. But more about this and the NAS system in a future video. If you have any questions on the dock, feel free to ask it in the comments below. I will try to answer it if I actually can. Have a great day, see you around, and goodbye.